Hello guys, Paul here. I'm doing a video today that was requested by someone on The Big Shave. I can't remember who it was, but someone had seen that I was using the I Coloniali soap in one of my videos or in one of my Shave the Day posts, and they asked if I would do a video with the soap, and so that's what I'm going to do today. It's been several weeks since I've done a video. I've been away for Christmas holidays, and then again away for a hunting trip, so it's been a few weeks since I've done one of these, so I'm going to go ahead and do one, and I think this will be my first one for the new year for 2014, so we'll get underway here. Today I'm going to be using the Gillette Milord Razor, and this is loaded with a Voskhod Blade. And for my brush, I'm going to be using the Neep Fire Burl brush. This is the 26mm extra silvertip knot, and so that's a brush I'm going to be using. I've used the Dermatologica pre-shave oil, which I've already applied to my face, and for my aftershave I'm going to be using Innsbruck, and for my balm I'm going to be using the Shop Amber Balm, and I'll show you those later. So today I'm going to go ahead and use the I Coloniali soap. There it is. This is the mango oil soap. It comes in a nice little terracotta bowl, which is kind of cool. I was kind of resistant to buying this soap for quite a while, because the idea of having a soap smelling like mango really wasn't something that appealed to me. But after reading people's descriptions of the scent, I decided to go ahead and give it a try. And it doesn't really smell like mango at all. It has kind of a dark, sweet woody kind of scent to it, and the scent is actually really nice. This soap is it's pretty hard. When it comes, it's really super hard. And one thing I've noticed, and that other people have mentioned, is that the more you use this soap and the more hydrated it becomes, the easier it is to lather, and that has been my experience as well. So I've had this soap soaking, and I'm just going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and lather it up and see how this goes. So here's the brush, and I'm just going to shake out a little bit of the water. I'm going to load this with a fairly damp brush. I have pretty hard water, so I tend to usually load with a pretty wet or damp brush, and I'll actually create a lather right on the soap puck, and I just keep swirling until it kind of starts out this bubbly, frothy swarf, and then I'll go ahead and keep swirling it until it starts to thicken up, and I start to get actually a sort of proto-lather forming on the puck. And I do tend to load pretty heavily because I do have really hard water, and I found that this, for me, tends to work the best. So I'll go ahead and get this loaded up real good, and then we'll give it a try. Okay, so there we go. The brush is loaded. There's the soap. I can always go back and reload the brush if I need to. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So I'll go ahead and get started. I'm just going to dampen my face, and then I'll go ahead and start applying the lather. So this brush has kind of a nice longish handle. This brush would be good, I think, for face lathering or bowl lathering. It's really a nice all-arounder. I really love the feel of this knot that Neep has put in here. They are very nice and dense, but yet it's quite soft. And the bulb shape works really good for face lathering. It gives, I think, a little bit extra scrub to it. So as you can see going on now, this lather is pretty dry, so I'm going to have to go ahead and start adding water. And I'll usually just add a trickle of water from the sink onto the brush, and I'll just keep applying or keep scrubbing and adding water until this lather reaches a consistency that I like. So depending on how much water you have in your brush to start out with, it may or may take several additions of water to get this lather up to the point where it's where I like it. I tend to like the lather a little bit on the creamier side, but not dry and pasty. So I'll just keep lathering. I can usually sort of tell by the way that it sounds and the way that it feels and the way that it looks when it is at the point where I like it. And I'll also kind of see the lather start to build up right down here on my neck, and you can kind of see how it, that's usually a sign for me that the lather's getting to where I like it. So I'll add some more water on this side. And I think we're almost there. I still need to add a bit more water, probably a couple more additions of water on both sides, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, and I think we're pretty much there. So this lather looks nice and hydrated, nice and creamy, the way that I tend to like it. So we'll go ahead and just set the brush aside. I'll rinse my hands off here, get some of this stuff off my shirt, clean off my sideburns and my ears. And we'll go ahead and get started. Just going to run the razor under the hot water here, kind of warm it up a little bit, and we'll get going. This Voskhod Blade has, I believe, 3 shaves on it, so this will be the 4th shave. This will probably be the last shave for this. I'll usually use my blades about 3 times, but this one, the last time I used it, felt really good. So I figured I'd just push it one more, see how it does. So okay, so first pass. Blade felt really smooth on the first pass. Even though it's a 4th shave, still felt really nice and smooth. And we'll see as we start going across the grain and against the grain how it does. So okay, we'll go ahead and apply lather for our next pass. So pass number 2, I usually kind of go across the grain on my cheeks, but against the grain on my jawline here. That's more or less against the grain on my neck as well. So the Milord is a pretty, relatively mild razor. It's basically just a super speed that's gold in color. Pretty much the same razor as a regular old super speed. So it's a pretty mild razor, but for me it works pretty good. Yeah, I do shave daily, so I don't always need a real super hyper aggressive razor. I think I can get just as good a shave using a razor like the Super Speed, and kind of maintaining good beard prep and good technique, and the shaves tend to be pretty much just as close as they would be with a hyper aggressive razor. So where I might notice the difference is on my neck. It may not be quite as close on the neck as it would be if I was using like a, an R41 or a Toro Matador or something like that. But it is the weekend, and I don't have to have a super close shave. And today I think comfort is kind of more the word of the day. So now we're going to go, again, this is across the grain upward. And on my cheeks, this is against the grain. So third pass on the cheeks is against the grain. On the neck, it's sort of across the grain. And I have to say, on this fourth shave with the Voskhod, it's performing quite well. I did not notice any tugging when I was going against the grain at all. Still feels nice and sharp and smooth to me. So just do a few little touch-ups on the neck, and then I think we're going to call this shave good. So. That's it, we'll call her good. So again, on the touch-ups, where I have a little bit across the grain here under my neck, the Voskhod felt real good. Just going to go ahead and rinse the soap off here, and I'll kind of clean up a little bit. Okay, so there's the brush, so we'll see what we have left in the brush. So, fair amount of lather left in the brush, and looks pretty good. So, all in all, that I'd say the Coloniali is a pretty easy soap to work with. Smells great. It definitely performs better after it's been used a few times, and it's another soap, kind of like the wool fat, that if you kind of leave a little water on it, maybe a day or two before you shave, or even if you want to store it with a little water on it, I think it performs better when it's well hydrated. So. Again, the smell of this is not fruity at all. It's more of kind of a woody scent with some sweetness. I guess perhaps that the sweetness that's in the background of that scent is due to the mango oil. But it leaves the face feeling nice and moisturized, and really a pretty nice product all in all. So I thought that the Alt Innsbruck would pair nicely with it. So as you can see, I've replenished my supply of Alt Innsbruck. This is one of my favorite aftershaves, and I missed it quite a bit when I didn't have it. So I'll go ahead and apply that. That smells really good. I really love the smell of the Alt Innsbruck, and it has a nice menthol kick to it as well, which is for me just absolutely great. So we'll go ahead and let that dry on my face, and I'm going to go ahead and apply the Body Shop Amber Balm. This is a really nice smelling balm. I found this in the Denver airport when I was flying back from my hunting trip, and I really like the smell of this. And there's another one called Krishna. Both of them smell great. The Krishna has a slightly more citrusy scent, and this has a more spicy kind of scent to it. But great stuff. It's got a good consistency and really rubs into or absorbs into the face nicely. Leaves the face feeling nice and moisturized. I'll apply that after the aftershave dries. Anyway, so that's the shave of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comment, don't hesitate to contact me either in the comment section, which I'll try and respond to as soon as possible, even though the Google comment system is a pain to deal with, or you can send me a message on Facebook. So anyways, guys, take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.